Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever asked yourself, why am I working so hard but still not getting rich? You wake up early, stay up late, and give your best every single day. Yet the dream of financial freedom feels distant. It's a frustrating question, but an important one. The truth is, hard work alone does not guarantee wealth. It's a vital piece, but not the full puzzle. Many people are busy being busy, not productive, not strategic, just busy. The world doesn't always reward effort. It rewards value, strategy, innovation, and smart decisions. Look around. Janitors work hard, farmers work hard, nurses work hard. Yet many of them struggle financially, while others who seem to work less are building wealth. Why? Because wealth isn't just built on sweat. It's built on leverage, knowledge, and positioning. You must ask, are you solving high-value problems? Are you learning skills that scale? Are you investing your money or just saving it? Are you building something that grows while you sleep? Financial success comes when you combine hard work with smart work. When you make your money work for you, not just trade hours for dollars. It's time to shift from being just a worker to becoming a builder, investor, and strategist. Learn, evolve, and adapt. Work hard, yes, but work smart. Build assets, grow networks, and own your time. Remember, you're not stuck. You're just one mindset shift away from breaking through. Let today be the day you stop asking, why not me? And start saying, watch me. From a young age, most of us are taught that if we work hard, we will succeed. It's a comforting belief, one that encourages discipline, perseverance, and commitment. But as we grow older, many of us come face to face with a harsh reality. Hard work, by itself, doesn't always lead to wealth or financial freedom. Think about it. Some of the hardest working people in society, such as construction workers, cleaners, factory laborers, and even some educators, put in long hours doing physically or emotionally demanding work. Yet many of them live paycheck to paycheck. Their contribution to society is undeniable, but their financial compensation often doesn't reflect the level of effort they put in. Why is that? Because the economy doesn't necessarily reward effort. It rewards value creation, innovation, and strategic thinking. It rewards those who can solve complex problems, create scalable systems, or offer solutions that impact a large number of people. In today's world, someone can work 16-hour days and still remain broke, while another person can work 4 hours a day and earn exponentially more. This isn't always about fairness. It's about how the system is structured. Wealth flows toward those who position themselves well, not just those who sweat the most. Take a moment to reflect. Are you working hard in a system that has a ceiling for income? Are your efforts tied to a job where you're paid by the hour or a salary with no real upside? Are you exchanging your time for money instead of building something that can grow without you? The people who build wealth often look for leverage points. They use their time to create something once, a business, a product, an investment that continues to bring in income long after the work is done. They aren't necessarily working harder than you. They're working differently. They're playing a different game with a different set of rules. So while hard work is important, it builds discipline, resilience, and character. It needs to be paired with strategy, knowledge, and smart decision-making. Working hard on the wrong things for too long is like running full speed in the wrong direction. You get nowhere faster. If you want to rise beyond just surviving and start thriving, the question isn't just, am I working hard? It's, am I working smart, in the right direction, and on the right things? In today's world, value is the real currency. While effort is admirable and often necessary, it is the perceived value you bring to others, customers, employers, investors, or society, that determines your financial rewards. Let's clarify what we mean by value. Value isn't just about how hard you work or how many hours you put in. It's about the impact of your work. It's about how much your actions, ideas, or products improve someone else's life, solve a meaningful problem, or create convenience, comfort, or profit. You could work 10 hours cleaning a house, and someone else could write 10 lines of code that solve a business's major problem. Yet the second person might earn 100 times more. Why? Because their work creates a result that many people or businesses are willing to pay for, and it can scale. It's not just effort, it's outcome. The modern economy disproportionately rewards those who create leverageable value, things that can be distributed, automated, or monetized repeatedly. A writer can sell a book 1,000,000 times. A software engineer can build a platform used by thousands. An entrepreneur can create a system that runs even when they sleep. These people are providing value in a way that reaches many people or generates large returns, and that's why they're compensated more. Contrast that with someone who works hard at a task that has low market value or limited scalability. Even if they're excellent at it, they might remain underpaid, not because their work lacks importance, but because the market doesn't value it at a premium. Another example, a motivational speaker may earn tens of thousands for a single hour of speaking, while a laborer toils all day in extreme conditions for a fraction of that. Again, the speaker's perceived value, their ability to influence, inspire, or drive business, is high. The laborer's effort may be physically greater, but it exists in a market where the value has a cap. That's why it's critical to constantly ask yourself, what value am I offering? Is this something people are willing to pay a premium for? Can this value scale beyond one person at a time? Am I solving painful, expensive, or urgent problems? Value can come in many forms: creativity, leadership, technical skill, communication, emotional intelligence, innovation. But it must always be recognized and needed by others to be financially rewarding. You don't get paid what you're worth. You get paid what the market thinks your value is worth. That's why two people with the same education and work ethic can have drastically different financial outcomes. It all comes down to how and where they apply their energy to create value. In a culture that glorifies hustle and non-stop activity, many people fall into the trap of confusing busyness with progress. We wear our packed schedules like badges of honor, thinking that the more meetings we attend, the more hours we work, and the more tasks we check off, the closer we are to success. But here's a truth that can be hard to accept. Being busy does not mean you are being effective. You can work all day, every day, and still stay stuck in the same financial place if your work isn't aligned with long-term goals or high-impact outcomes. Being productive without a clear purpose often leads to burnout without breakthrough. The key lies in being strategic, working with intentionality, direction, and clarity. Strategic people don't just ask, "What should I do today?" They ask, "What will move me closer to my financial, personal, and professional goals?" They prioritize leverage over labor, results over routine, and impact over activity. Let's take two examples. One person spends the whole day answering emails, attending unimportant meetings, and doing tasks someone else could easily do. Another person spends the same day reaching out to potential investors, creating a digital product, or building a client pipeline. Both are working, but only one is being strategic, the one focusing on actions that generate long-term growth. Being strategic means learning to say no to distractions, even if they look like work. It means regularly stepping back to assess, is this the best use of my time right now? Is this helping me build income, freedom, or skills that will last? Can this task be delegated, automated, or eliminated? Am I spending time on what truly matters, or just staying busy to feel accomplished? It also means focusing on the Pareto principle, the idea that 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. Strategic thinkers identify what that 20% is and double down on it. They don't try to do everything. They try to do the right things exceptionally well. Busyness often leads to short-term gratification, but long-term stagnation. Strategy leads to focused momentum, where every action is a step toward meaningful outcomes. People who build wealth usually aren't the busiest. They're the most intentional. They understand that time is a non-renewable resource, and how you use it today shapes where you'll be tomorrow. If you're working hard and still not getting ahead financially, one of the most powerful ways to change your situation is by learning high-income skills. Skills that the marketplace is willing to pay a premium for. What are high-income skills? These are abilities that solve expensive problems, generate money for businesses, or provide exceptional value to individuals or organizations. These skills are often in high demand and can scale, meaning you can serve more people or earn more money without simply working more hours. Examples of high-income skills include digital marketing and advertising, copywriting and persuasive communication, sales and closing deals, software development or coding, video editing and content creation, UX/UI design, financial analysis and investing, data science and automation, public speaking and leadership training, high-level consulting or coaching. The reason these skills pay so well is because they create results, not just outputs. A skilled copywriter can write a sales page that makes a company $100,000. A good closer can sell a high-ticket service in a single phone call. A digital marketer can scale a business from local to global. The income is tied to impact, not just time spent. Now compare this to traditional jobs or low-income skills, where income is capped and tied directly to hours worked. You might be excellent at what you do, but if the skill doesn't generate significant value or isn't rare in the marketplace, your earning potential remains limited. That's why people with less education or experience, but more relevant, valuable skills often out-earn even professionals with degrees. Learning a high-income skill is like building a bridge between where you are now and financial freedom. It's an investment that compounds over time. Once you master a skill, you can start freelancing, get better job offers, start your own business, or even teach others and monetize that knowledge. And the best part? In today's digital world, you don't need a degree to learn these skills. There are countless online platforms, courses, and mentors offering high-quality training, often for free or at a low cost. All it takes is curiosity, consistency, and commitment. But acquiring a skill is only part of the journey. You must also practice, refine, and market that skill. You need to build a reputation, get feedback, and learn how to deliver results. That's when the income really starts to grow. If you want to stop living paycheck to paycheck, one of the smartest moves you can make is to stop only trading time for money and start trading skill for value. Skill is your currency in the modern economy. The right skill, in the right hands, can change your entire financial trajectory. One of the biggest reasons people work hard but don't get rich is because they don't understand or don't use leverage. Leverage is what allows one person to achieve the output of 10 people. It's how some individuals create massive income and freedom, even if they're not working longer hours than you. Leverage is the force multiplier that turns effort into exponential results. So, what exactly is leverage? Leverage is using tools, systems, or other people's time and resources to multiply the impact of your own efforts. It's about doing more with less. While hard work is linear, more effort equals more output, leverage is exponential. The same effort produces significantly more results. There are several forms of leverage, and each one can radically transform how you earn. 1. Technology leverage. In the digital age, technology is the greatest form of leverage. A YouTube video, an app, a website, a blog post, or an online course. These are things you can create once and have working for you 24/7, reaching people across the world. While you sleep, these tools are working for you. One person with a laptop can now reach millions and earn more than a traditional business ever could. 2. People leverage. This involves delegating and outsourcing. Successful entrepreneurs and business owners don't try to do everything themselves. They build teams. They hire talent, delegate tasks, and focus on what they do best while others handle the rest. If you're doing everything in your business or job alone, you're limited by your own time and energy. But when you build a team or outsource intelligently, you multiply what you can achieve. 3. Capital leverage. This means using money to grow more money. When you invest, whether in real estate, stocks, or businesses, your money starts working for you. Instead of trading hours for dollars, you earn returns on your capital. Wealthy people understand this deeply. They don't just work for money, they put their money to work. That's why investing is crucial for long-term wealth. Content leverage. Every time you write a blog, record a podcast, post on social media, or publish a book, you're creating assets that can continue to deliver value and income far into the future. This is the power of asynchronous influence. Your content can be consumed at any time by anyone, and it builds trust, authority, and opportunities without ongoing effort. 5. System leverage systems are processes or frameworks that automate or standardize results. A business system, a sales funnel, or an automated workflow removes the need for constant oversight. Once built, these systems run independently, freeing you to focus on growth or new opportunities. Most people never build or use leverage. They rely solely on their physical effort, limited time, and direct input. That's why they stay stuck, even when they work hard. But the wealthy, they use tools, people, and money to expand their reach, income, and impact beyond their individual limits. Learning to apply leverage is not optional if you want to build wealth. It's essential. Without it, you'll always hit a ceiling. With it, the sky becomes the floor. One of the biggest reasons people work hard but stay broke is that they don't understand how money really works. They see money as something you earn and spend, not as a system, a game, or a tool that must be managed, multiplied, and moved strategically. The truth is, money operates under a set of rules. A game played daily by investors, entrepreneurs, corporations, and the wealthy. And like any game, if you don't understand the rules, you'll always lose, no matter how hard you try. Effort without financial intelligence is like running on a treadmill. Constant motion, but no progress. Most people are taught to earn money, but not how to use it wisely. They're told to get a job, save a portion, and avoid debt. But they're rarely taught how to. Grow money through investments. Use debt as leverage instead of a burden. Reduce taxes legally through structures and strategies. Make money work for them rather than always working for it. Protect wealth through diversification and planning. Without this knowledge, even a six-figure income can disappear through lifestyle inflation, poor decisions, or unexpected expenses. The result? People stay trapped in a cycle of earning and spending, always one step behind financial peace, always reacting instead of planning. The wealthy, on the other hand, understand the inner mechanics of money. They know how to use compound interest to turn small investments into large returns over time. Create multiple income streams so they aren't dependent on one job or business. Form legal entities to manage income and reduce tax liability. Invest in cash-flowing assets like real estate, stocks, or businesses. Turn knowledge into value by monetizing skills, ideas, or networks. They also understand financial timing and risk. They know when to take bold action and when to be patient. They know that every dollar is a soldier. It can either go to war for them and generate more money, or it can be wasted on things that lose value instantly. The money game also includes psychology, your mindset around money, your habits, your beliefs, and your emotional reactions to risk, wealth, and scarcity. Many people unknowingly sabotage themselves because they carry limiting beliefs like, money is evil, I'm not good with money, or I'll never be rich. These beliefs shape decisions and behaviors, often leading to poor financial outcomes regardless of how much they earn. To win this game, you have to start seeing money as a skill, not just a resource. Like learning a sport or an instrument, it requires study, practice, mentorship, and real-life application. Reading books, listening to podcasts, taking courses, and having financial conversations can completely shift your trajectory. The sad reality is that our traditional education system rarely teaches these things. That's why self-education is critical. Understanding the money game puts you in control of your future. It lets you make informed decisions instead of reactive ones. It gives you power, clarity, and peace of mind. No matter how hard you work, if you are constantly surrounded by people who think small, fear growth, and normalize struggle, your progress will always be limited. The truth is, your environment either fuels your success or feeds your stagnation. Who you spend your time with directly influences how you think, what you believe is possible, and how high you aim. Take a look at your closest circle. Are they ambitious? Do they challenge you to think bigger, learn more, and take smart risks? Or do they discourage change, complain about their circumstances, and settle for less than they deserve? It's often said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That's not just a motivational quote, it's a psychological and financial reality. If everyone around you is struggling financially and blaming the system, you might unconsciously adopt a victim mindset. If your circle spends every weekend wasting time and money but never talks about goals, investments, or personal growth, chances are you'll remain stuck in the same patterns, no matter how much effort you put in. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with growth-minded, financially savvy, and future-focused people, everything changes. Conversations shift from gossip to goals. You start hearing about strategies, not just struggles. You begin to see proof that success is possible, and more importantly, how it's done. The right people will challenge your thinking, helping you break through mental limitations and false beliefs, expose you to new opportunities, including business ideas, investments, or collaborations you never would have found on your own. Share resources and tools, from books and podcasts to networks and mentors. Hold you accountable, pushing you to follow through on your plans and aim higher. Celebrate growth, not comfort, making you feel supported in your journey, even when it's difficult. This doesn't mean you abandon your old friends or family, but it does mean you need to be intentional about who influences your mindset. Sometimes, the very people who love you the most are also the ones who unknowingly keep you small, not out of malice, but out of fear, limitation, or lack of understanding. If you don't have successful or inspiring people around you yet, don't worry. You can start by creating a virtual circle through books, podcasts, online communities, and mentors. Listening to successful people share their stories, strategies, and failures can be just as impactful as direct relationships, especially at the beginning. Your network is also your net worth. Doors that remain closed to most can swing wide open for those connected to the right people. Relationships are often more valuable than skills, because the right person can show you in 5 minutes what might have taken you 5 years to figure out alone. For generations, we've been conditioned to believe that the path to financial security, and eventually wealth, lies in getting a good job, working hard, being loyal to a company, and climbing the corporate ladder. While there's nothing wrong with having a job, relying solely on an employee mindset is one of the biggest reasons many people work hard all their lives but never get rich. The employee mindset is built around trading time for money. You show up, you do the work, and you get paid, usually a fixed amount, regardless of how much value you generate. The problem is, there's a ceiling. Your income is often capped by your role, your industry, or your boss's decision. You might get raises, but they're small and slow. And worst of all, your time is not your own. In contrast, wealth is created through ownership, scalability, and leverage, all of which are extremely limited in a traditional job. Entrepreneurs, investors, and business-minded individuals don't just work in the system, they build systems. They create value that multiplies without requiring them to physically be there 40+ hours a week. If you're stuck in an employee-only mindset, you might believe things like, security comes from a steady paycheck. Risk is bad. Better safe than sorry. I'm not the business type. Benefits and retirement plans are enough for the future. But here's the truth. True security comes from self-reliance, multiple income streams, and control over your time and skills. A job can be taken away. A company can collapse. Inflation can erode your paycheck. If you're not building something of your own, a side hustle, a skill you can monetize independently, or investments that grow, you're always one decision away from financial instability. Breaking free from the employee-only mindset means learning to think like a creator, a builder, a strategist. It's about asking, how can I generate income without clocking in? What problems can I solve for others that they'd pay for? What assets can I build that generate revenue even when I'm not working? How can I turn my expertise into a product, service, or system? This shift doesn't require you to quit your job tomorrow. It means you start building parallel streams of opportunity. Maybe you start freelancing. Maybe you launch a small online store. Maybe you invest in real estate or dividend-paying stocks. Maybe you write a book, create a course, or start consulting. It's about moving from being just a consumer of jobs to a producer of value. Wealthy people don't just work for money. They create money by identifying value gaps in the market and filling them. When you stop thinking only like an employee and start thinking like a value creator, everything changes. You stop waiting for permission. You stop hoping for promotions. You start building your own ladder instead of climbing someone else's. One of the most powerful shifts you can make to escape the trap of working hard without getting rich is to stop depending on a single source of income. Most people rely solely on their job. One paycheck, one employer, one stream. And while that might feel stable, it's actually the riskiest financial position to be in. Because if that one stream dries up, due to layoffs, illness, downsizing, or economic downturns, your entire financial structure collapses. Wealthy individuals, on the other hand, diversify their income. They understand that money flows best when it's coming from multiple directions. That way, if one stream slows down or stops, others continue to generate cash flow, allowing for more security, flexibility, and freedom. Multiple streams of income don't mean working 3 jobs. It means creating a blend of active, semi-passive, and passive income sources that work together to build momentum over time. Active income. This is money you earn by trading time for it, like a salary, freelancing, or service-based work. It's often the starting point, but it should be leveraged, not relied on forever. Semi-passive income. This includes side businesses or digital products that require some setup and occasional maintenance, like selling on Etsy, dropshipping, or managing a YouTube channel. You may work up front, but you continue to earn without constant involvement. Passive income. This is the ultimate goal. Money that flows consistently with little to no daily effort. Examples include rental income, dividends from stocks, affiliate marketing, royalties from books or courses, or income from investments. These are assets that work while you sleep. You can start small. Freelance a skill you already have. Sell a digital product, like an ebook or design templates. Invest a small amount in dividend-paying stocks. Start a blog or YouTube channel that earns from ads or affiliate links. Rent out a room or an item you're not using. The idea isn't to do everything at once. It's to stack income over time. Each stream becomes a building block toward financial independence. Some streams might only bring in $100 a month at first, but that's money you're not working extra hours for. And if you keep building and optimizing, those streams can grow exponentially. Another advantage of multiple income streams is freedom of choice. When you're not entirely dependent on one job, you're free to pursue passions, leave toxic environments, take risks, or even take time off, without the fear of financial collapse. It's also about resilience. Life is unpredictable. Companies fail, industries change, AI evolves, pandemics happen. Having multiple income sources is like installing financial shock absorbers. They cushion the impact of unexpected events and keep your long-term goals on track. The earlier you start, the more momentum you build. Don't wait until you're in crisis to think about income diversification. The key is to start while things are stable. to plant seeds now that can grow into strong, reliable trees over time. If you're working hard but not getting rich, one of the most important shifts you can make is to stop spending all your time just working and start spending some of it learning. Because in today's world, what you know and what you can do are some of the most valuable currencies you have. Not all skills are equal. Some make you money, while others just keep you busy. The key is to invest in high-income, high-leverage skills that pay you back for life. Think of your current skill set like a toolbox. If all you've got is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. You're stuck doing the same type of work over and over with little growth or opportunity. But when you start adding new, valuable tools like copywriting, sales, investing, coding, digital marketing, public speaking, or negotiation, suddenly new doors open and your value in the market increases dramatically. Most people stop learning after school. They believe their degree is enough, but the world is changing too fast for that. Industries evolve, technology shifts, and the job market rewards adaptability and lifelong learners. Those who succeed financially don't wait for someone else to train them. They actively seek out knowledge. They read books, take courses, find mentors, and practice until they master the skills that create real value in the marketplace. Here are just a few skills that directly increase your earning power. Sales. The ability to persuade, pitch, and close deals is one of the most powerful and transferable skills in any business or industry. Marketing. Knowing how to get attention, generate interest, and convert leads into customers makes you invaluable, whether you work for a company or for yourself. Copywriting. Words sell. If you can write in a way that moves people to take action, you can sell products, build brands, or create digital assets that earn passively. Public speaking and communication. Influence comes from clarity and confidence. Leaders, coaches, and content creators all benefit from this skill. Investing. Whether it's the stock market, real estate, or crypto, knowing how to grow your money smartly and safely is essential to long-term wealth. Tech and automation skills. Learning tools like Excel, project management software, AI platforms, or basic coding can make your workflow more efficient and position you for higher-level opportunities. When you invest in these types of skills, you're not just learning, you're building assets within yourself. No one can take them away. Unlike material possessions, skills grow stronger the more you use them, and they compound in value over time. Even better, the right skills often lead to entrepreneurial opportunities. When you know how to write, sell, market, and manage money, you no longer have to rely on someone else to pay you. You can build your own product, service, brand, or platform. That's the difference between surviving and thriving, between being stuck in a cycle of hard work and finally stepping into a future where your time, talent, and effort produce real wealth.